Welcome, everybody, to this first session in our Tech Talk series under the umbrella of Discover SAP on the topic on how SAP's internal IT is driving innovation and business transformation. My name is Oliver Gutzeit, and I'm from the internal IT. I'm an IT guy like all these others helping around here. And we broadcast live from the center and heart of SAP in the core, let's say, in headquarters in Walldorf. And this session is very natural because if you combine IT with innovation, why is that? At SAP, IT is an organization that is really consistent of a lot of experts and innovators. We are running actually this company with SAP. And so we are driving our strategy to execution also from an IT's perspective. And in today's session, I want to give you an introduction into that possibilities that offers also for you by sharing our experience and our transformation journey that could inspire easily also you how a large enterprise tech company currently is transforming and using all these technology stack could help you in your transformation story also. By the way, where are we currently? We are in Walldorf, that's correct, but we are not in a studio here. This is a live situation. I will forget everything what's written in any script because there's nothing, no teleprompters. We are here in the SAP Discovery Showroom. And if you look around, this is really a great place where people are running by, the elevator is running, people going and coming from lunch. Here's our help desk also where people getting support. This is really something we offer everybody, our colleagues, but also you, dear customers, to get an inspirational tour in our SAP Discovery Showroom. And today we only have the possibilities a few minutes look into what we can offer you in any of these tours. We will tap on these devices and give you a little bit a glimpse of an experience, but we will bring also these things then to Sapphire, which is our most important customer event this year. I think it's somewhere in June, 4th, 5th, something in Orlando, but then also the week afterwards in Barcelona. And there's a virtual offering. And if you have the chance to participate, don't miss out Discover SAP sessions. All my IT colleagues, myself, we will be there, and we will love to exchange with you on all these great topics we offer here. So that is in a nutshell where we are and what we are talking about. And I think now it's time also to look a little bit into the content, right? So please follow me. Anja has the gimbal in her hand with the iPhone, and we go to that very first session here. And hopefully you can see everything. These are exactly these experiences our colleagues also can have, or we give you in that guided tour. You can book. And let's just look at the content. We're talking from strategy to transformation over to our core and the portfolio of our cloud applications, over data and business AI, sustainability and the way we work, up to future proofing at SAP, which are all important topics. And what is better than talking about it? Let's look a little bit into the content. So Anja, follow me. I think we start with our core.
Join us and learn about SAP's core, SAP Business Technology Platform, together with SAP S/4HANA. Discover how our own solutions power SAP's transformation. Get the inside scoop on the value that we achieve through SAP technologies. Explore how SAP runs SAP.
At this part of the story, we talk, like in all the parts of our stories, about our own experience and the way we are coming over some challenges and our learnings. And we prepared some slides or insights. I brought with me, I think, a small content element, what you can see, what we are doing here. Here, for example, how we transform S/4HANA to one of the largest instances. We are our own best customer, let's say, and can help also our colleagues in development getting this first customer experience. So we are on your side with also your experiences implementing S/4HANA. And we talk easily about our user experience we have there. We increased with the instance or how we simplified IT experience, but we also overcame a lot of challenges. And all of that is embedded in the stories we are eager to share. So if you look, as I said, in the Sapphire catalog or upcoming sessions here in this Tech Talk series, you will get later on also a link to that. Then you you will be connected to the real experts, as obviously I'm not the S4HANA expert, but I can easily guide you through the upcoming topics. For example, our business technology platform, where we also share insights on how we transform this platform. So on the next slide, we prepared, this is just how we present these topics. That's not too insightful, so we can just come over to the next one. I look a little bit to the left here, what you can see. This is much more interesting because we talk about this governance process with our platform COE, my real colleagues in IT, providing a good governance for our colleagues, enabling 100,000 colleagues on the business technology platform, running their applications, leveraging the full power of this platform, and demonstrating why we are talking to you that this is the platform for you. We are using that on our own, and we develop as IT guys also a lot of these needed structures, tools, or processes directly on business technology platform. So that is overall very exciting. I think the most exciting topic currently, you probably also have in your company, is artificial intelligence. And the way we are talking about that at SAP is embedding business AI into every application. With that, it's important to know that we not have started half a year ago when we first talked about Joule or other ways we will implement artificial intelligence, business AI into all our applications. We started that journey already a decade ago, 10 years of experience with machine learning and AI models, training, experimenting with chatbots, with all these different elements. So it is important that an IT in an organization enable the workforce to work with these things. And just to give you a glimpse of an insight, we also look at that station now. Come over, Anya, and we start. Where is it? Now it's, come on. And we start right now here.
Unlocking the value of business AI. Discover how SAP delivers scalable, high-quality business AI. Learn how we monitor AI use cases, assessing the value of AI use cases along the entire lifecycle. See how we harness the power of AI for increased productivity and business value.
After that introduction, I also brought here a very, very first and short insight on what we share with you. We have more than 80 different applications, AI implementations, live use cases in place at SAP, and we are currently funneling more than 200 in the pipeline, evaluating the business value. And can see here we have a lot of cases around the customer value journey, which we are all also eager to share about our learnings, our insights, how we infused HR with these AI capabilities inside SAP. And we bring these stories, as I said, to Sapphire, but we are also eager to share them in the next upcoming tech talks or in a guided tour in this Discovery showroom that we offer you. Real IT guys sharing with you these insights and our journey. And for example, how we enable also here our workforce, our 100,000 colleagues, getting their hands on generative AI is very important. Therefore, we established a generative AI experience lab. And we brought that on the next slide, where we talk about how we bring the access to all these LLM models, and there are dozens outside at the market, and we have pre-trained nets that we give in the hands of our employees. They can do their prompting there. We enable them in enablement sessions, and they are allowed to do their experiments and their trainings and their ideas every day on our platform. So IT is enabling also here with technology to become citizen developers, citizen experts in the company doing AI stuff, because you could hopefully agree we can only find the right business cases, use cases, when we all together with our experience get our hands on this technology. Again, IT is the one enabling these colleagues and bringing them into the future. And the future is already the next segue. Yes, we are innovative. Hopefully you have seen that already in the first examples. We have to stay innovative. And again, IT is the enabler. You see how proud I am also about my colleagues providing all these innovation also for our colleagues. And to give you also there some insights, let's look in the last station I brought today for you, future-proofing SAP.
We continuously innovate and implement processes and improvements to create an even better SAP. Discover how SAP's internal IT focuses on business, technology, and culture for the future. Learn how we innovate and collaborate with others, tapping into our diversity. The future is now at SAP. Live it and explore the future of work.
All this enablement and future-proofing and innovation is starting with enabling the IT colleagues. There are so many technologies upcoming, and to put them into a business context, it has to start with the enablement of the IT colleagues so they can provide them new technology, new devices available on the market also, and give them in the hands of the employees to let them experiment with these new things. And the outcome is really not always a business case, but a lot of learning. And also here I brought you two examples. The first one is all about immersive experiences. And we played a lot of these cases, but we also put them in a business context. For example, we have really also our own factory. It's a demo factory, but we enabled that factory with SAP software, with asset manager and supply chain assets and all these things. And we put that into the metaverse as a digital twin, brought that also to industrial events, discussed that with you customers. So there's a lot to share and to prove point that the technology of SAP is really helping also there. It also enables the employees to think out of the box and create new cases and combine our technology end to end from our on-premise systems into the cloud, into the metaverse, on your mobile devices and everywhere. And mobile devices leads me to the last topic I want to share today with you. How are we in the time? Oh, we have still plenty of time. So this next topic is super important. And I just brought one slide for that topic with you. Yes, it's an Apple branded slide, as you can see, all Apple elements, but it could be at least the desktop computing could be also other computers. The story behind is easy. We have a very strong Apple at SAP partnership, Apple SAP partnership, because we learn from each other about the user focus from Apple and the business power of SAP. And the easy thing you can learn today is we have three major steps that all impacts our private life as well as the business life. And it all started with desktop computing, bringing server power from the basement, let's say, from the IT departments administering a server computer, bring them on the desks and let you run your personal life, all your applications, everything what you are doing on a computing power machine that stands on your desk. And the same in the offices. We can now work in this office, in groups, in teams, and don't have to interact with these central ITs and large computer systems down there. So personal computing really starts a complete new way, and hopefully you all agree that we are all now in common with that technology, even if it's for more than 20 years haven't changed. So we have more powerful computers, perhaps a laptop, perhaps touch screens or whatever, but it's still really all desktop computing, and that all changes, and we can come back to the slide again. It changes 2007 when we talk about mobile computing. The first and the really game changer was a physical device. It was the iPhone, really, because it was the first device combining the internet and this availability everywhere, put all these applications from desktop computing into your pocket and with you. And also here you would agree, your private life already is with these mobile devices becoming more and more sophisticated, more and more beautiful, less expensive perhaps, or even more expensive, different vendors, different types, also a tablet version. But in a nutshell, it's still a mobile device. And we at SAP, we enabled SAP from the day one when we recognized this opportunity that business life will also go into mobile computing. And we enabled from IT, the whole company, to think mobile. And that leads to the starting of the pandemic situation where we have an email to all employees saying, tomorrow, this was a Thursday, on a Friday, please continue working from home. And it really worked. They all went home. Yes, of course, we are a software company, but you can all remember our struggles also in private life to bring that in this new context. If you are fully mobile enabled, you don't care where you are, and you can really work from every place. And that continues for years just with more modern devices. And now again, with Apple Vision Pro, I don't want to promote now devices, but it is like it is. This is the only and first device that you can take in your hand that's really existing, demonstrating you the power of spatial computing. Spatial computing is really the next step, where we prepare currently at SAP our developers. We will develop in the future, definitely with spatial computing. And you all in the call, I can promise, will turn in your private lives in using spatial computing power in your day-to-day tasks, in every surrounding, in private life, when doing music, playing your music. You won't have a stand with your notes and paper on it. You will have these kind of devices that get more and more sophisticated and accepted by all the others. So spatial computing is something you have to prepare in your business life. And if you do not do, someone else will do, and you are not competing with them then anymore. So IT again has to enable a whole company using these devices, being prepared for the future. And that is how we also at SAP prepare the future. I can only recommend these sessions also that we will post for Sapphire and then afterwards. But now I think it's time. We would still have 5 minutes, as I have been given 20 minutes, but I think you get the point. We can now go through all the topics, but I don't think anything changes. If you have more interest in a specific topic, just approach us. We are really eager to share or attend one of the upcoming sessions. And now I'm really curious if I already created some questions in the community. And I think we have Michaela also here on the call, who had a look, hopefully already, at the questions in the Q&A.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Oliver. I just checked and we have the first question upcoming. Thank you all. You talked about future-proofing SAP, and we have one question about Apple Vision Pro. Do you know which SAP apps are available currently in Apple Vision Pro for users?
Great. Thank you for that question, because that gives me also the opportunity to talk about how we introduced Apple Vision Pro. Exactly, we had already on day one, when Apple Vision Pro went live in the US, a couple of months ago, months ago, we were already live with SAP apps in the store. And to give the answer directly up front, it's SAP Mobile Start, so where you can put all these notifications from SAP business systems into one application. We embedded that as an application that you can embed into your workspace. That already is possible to work with Apple Vision Pro. And then we also included, to demonstrate the capabilities, we included the Analytics Cloud application, SAP Analytics Cloud. So to extend that universe of spatial computing in terms of analytics, which will really blown away your mindset when you can free up your data out of that small rectangle that's on your mobile device, or even the larger rectangle that's on your desktop computer. You can extend that to spatial computing. That really gives you new benefits, and we want to enable our customers to play around with these things and to get being productive while we are continuing to developing more apps inside. And we already enabled our workforce. So at day one, we are already internally using also that stuff. Hopefully that answered the question.
Perfect, thank you. We have another question around innovation. Which one of SAP's current innovations are you most passionate about?
So if you listen carefully, one of the innovation we are currently doing in embedding technologies like Apple Vision Pro, not because it's from Apple, but because it offers this new spatial computing, and being part of that integration into business software. Of course, then another very exciting thing is to see something like Joule comes to life. Really that dream of an assistant that knows and understands business context in the background and easily interacts with you, assisting with the right decisions and bringing this data together. And the most exciting thing is behind the scenes. And we share that also in another session, talking about data. We have such a huge amount of data you can't imagine about processes, business insights, and so on. And now we have the capability to bring that data into a context, to do AI on top of it. And it really works. If you see that live in action, that's fascinating. And I'm really looking forward what the future brings with all these embedded business AI.
That's a perfect handover to the next question about AI. How does SAP enable IT employees to learn and develop with AI-powered tools, if any?
How does, once again, please, Michaela?
How does SAP enable IT employees to learn and develop with AI-powered tools, if any?
Okay. Yes. So that is crucial. It's the first time at SAP when I'm now with 10 years with SAP, and when I joined, it were always some new strategies and new technologies coming up. Some is hype, some is not. AI definitely is not a hype. And I see it in that sense that the whole company is focusing. We really focus like never before on this one topic. And you can see that in enablement sessions. Tomorrow, there is in our internal IT organization, our Chief Process and Information Officer, Benjamin Blau, he will offer all employees in IT to spend that day on personal enablement to everything what the company offers and what's around there in terms of AI. Like our playground we offer from IT for our colleagues, we can use them on our own, but also all these learning opportunities. There's a wide variety because it's so super important that all employees focus on that topic and get the general insight. Why is it so cool? Why is it not a hype? Why will it change the way we work? And so I think, was it the question? I already forgot the question. It was about this enablement, right? So it could fit to the question.
AI-powered tools, if any, maybe.
Yeah. Yes. And
And
so everything what's available there, we directly from IT try to implement that and offer that at least in a proof of concept way. For example, I don't know if I can make promotions for other products. I did that with Apple. So let's talk about GitHub Pilot or other things. Now I mentioned it. We try out these tools and bring them to a broad variety of colleagues to use them and to invest also into licenses and what is available. Not all of that is really useful, but how can you find out if you do not give the time to the employees and the investment into these tools and licenses?
Yeah, I hope that answers the question. If not, please just post a follow-up question in the chat and we can follow up. I don't see any further questions, but maybe we can give some time and ask you, Oliver. You talked about the showroom and that you can book a guided tour, but how is that possible? How could I do that?
Yes. Yeah, I talked about that, right? So this is really an offering to get physically on site in Walldorf, or to have a guided tour also. We can do that virtually. We have a digital version of that showroom. And definitely we have to differentiate between now colleagues probably in the call, so already having access to the inside, because you need that badge to go behind the scenes with us. So for all you customers, I start with you, just approach your account executive, your partner at SAP, and mention the SAP Discovery Showroom. Probably it could be that this person has never heard of that. You can't imagine how big this company is and that we have so many offerings that we are not all aware. Just mention also my name and ask your colleague at SAP to also align with me. And so we can then arrange an invitation, a tour here. That would be a day you will never forget. And for all your colleagues, you just have to approach me, ping me shortly with a short note. Also customers, you can approach me and ping me. I'm available and for you on LinkedIn and everywhere else. And then we can easily also arrange a tour for your team or for your customers you have in mind. So that should be super easy. It's always about starting with a name, and I just offer, take my name, ping me on any line, and I will connect you to the right place.
Perfect. Thank you. That's great offering. I don't see any further questions in the chat, so I would hand over back to you, Oliver.
Perfect. And I think it's not always about the number of minutes and time we are investing, but about hopefully the quality of what's in for you. If there's anything in for you today, that would be really my pleasure, because I don't want to waste your time. As you see, this is only, let's say, an introduction of that series of Tech Talks. And I think down there in the description of the event, you will find now links. And I think we also prepared a slide with upcoming sessions around all these exciting topics I mentioned. If you are able to scan that QR code, that should also work and lead you to that landing page at sap.com, where you can also book the next sessions to get them in your calendars. Next time, I think after Sapphire, we continue that series with Chris Christian Freitag, which is super exciting because this guy really knows what he's talking about, and talks as a chief data and technology officer of the internal IT, driving all this transformation I mentioned and sharing with you real hard insights on how we put strategy into execution at SAP. So that will be, I think, June, help me, Michaela, June 19th, 3 p.m.
Yes.
something. Oh,
June
perfect.
19th.
June 19th, 3 p.m. I can remember everything, it seems. Can talk for hours now. Now I'm in the script. Okay, so that would be exciting. And then also I want again to recommend you, if it's possible, to perhaps visit Sapphire virtually, or if you are a lucky one, we will meet in Orlando or in Barcelona. I'm really looking forward to that. Just search for DIS, Discover SAP. That is the content track where all these sessions also will appear. And with that, I think nothing more to say. I wish you really a great rest of the day, a great start of the day, wherever you are. I think this is worldwide and your personal time zone. Just do whatever you like. But one thing, stay healthy. Goodbye.